start with what your expectations are for the coming season.
I mean, every year I never say what the expectations are, but kind of like JR said, all you can focus on is what's ahead at the moment. And for right now, we got one game coming on Sunday, and you take it one game at a time. But um, we obviously want to build progressively throughout the year. And the best time to peak as a team is obviously later in the season, but we do want to get off to a nice start.
What do you think about the team that's been assembled around you at the moment?
I mean, I love the pieces that we have. I think everybody complements each other's game pretty well, but that's just so far from what I've seen preseason and the practices and the blitz. But I guess we get the real test come Sunday. But I do like what I see so far.
It's been.
What would you say is the biggest, most obvious difference between last season and this season? It's for the team.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the biggest difference, it's pretty tough to say, but I think John's approach to the game, the way he coaches it, I think we're very receptive to it, and we buy into how he thinks, and I think our team aligns with his mentality, so we're able to receive his message pretty easily, and he doesn't have to get real riled up. Like he can say 5 or 6 words, and that's enough to get us going if we're being like lackadaisical in a practice or in a game.
This team looks quick, really quick with ball movement. Does it feel quicker than in previous years? Like it just feels like once you get out, you're gone.
I would say just our chemistry is probably more in tune than I expected it to be this early. So that's probably why it feels like the ball's moving very fast because we have a good feel where everybody is going to be on the floor. And even though we have guys that can score the ball, we all play very, very unselfish. So that makes it easier on everybody when you understand you're playing to get the right shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be you every time. And sometimes we almost play a little too unselfish, but I think that's a good problem to have.
So Luke Travis talking up there before. What have you seen from him over the preseason that's different now that he's had those 3 months in America working in his game?
I think the biggest thing with Luke is just he's more sure of himself on the floor. I don't really see him second guess himself anymore. His skill set, like I've said before, it's always been there. It was just a matter of time for when he would get out of his own head, and I think he's doing that now, and we're starting to see that he's scratching the surface for what his potential could really be.
When you get the validation from someone like an NBA team, does that change for most players? Like you've been there where you wonder if you're good enough, and then you get told you are. Does that change everything?
Yeah, I can't really say it depends on, I guess, the type of person you are. For some people it might, for others they still might believe they're enough even if they're told they're not, so it kind of just depends. But hopefully that's been the case for Luke, and that's what it looks like so far because like I said, his confidence is through the roof, and I'm super excited to see it because I know the ability he has. And he even had spurts last season, but he's been consistent, I feel, so far throughout this preseason. So I'm really looking forward to seeing his play.
But you may have dropped some info at a speaking engagement recently, but citizenship, it's been a long-running saga. Are we closer?
Uh, I really couldn't tell you. I know I've done everything on my end, so there's nothing else for me to do. So I'm still waiting, but I guess in theory it's closer because I'm still waiting. So hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel sooner or later.
From a team perspective, rebounding from last year, Hachi mentioned fire in the belly, determination. Do you feel that? Do you feel the disappointment still from last year driving you?
I mean, it's not a feeling that you'll forget, but I think just the simple fact of not winning a championship, whether you make the playoffs and lose in the finals, or you didn't make it at all like we didn't, it doesn't matter. It's the same result. So we have that motivation there, and we can't dwell too much on the past. Brand new team, brand new everything. So the focus is on you know trying to compete for that ultimate goal, but we don't dwell too much on what happened last year.
Just that's last one. Aaron Baines, what do you expect from him at Bulldogs on Sunday?
I mean, I think he's going to be a huge leader for them, not just on Sunday, but throughout the season. Um, got a high IQ for the game, and obviously he's an ox, so he's going to try to impose his force on the game. But um, yeah, we're going to have to game plan for him, but can't give away too many secrets. But that much I do expect.